Completing the Employees Archive worksheet on the week 4 cumulative review can be a little tricky. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So that way, whatever point has tripped you up, hopefully this will help you a little bit. So what I want to do first of all is delete this column because we don't need that right now. So I'm going to position my cursor in A1 since the directions don't specifically say where it should go. And then I am going to go to Data, Get Data, and then from a database, since this is in fact an Access database, and then go to Microsoft Access Database. And then I need to go to the location where I saved that when I first accessed it through Canvas. In my case, it is on my desktop in the folder I have for this class. And you can see that it is 09 CMKPay. So I'm going to click it and import. When this dialog box opens, you want to click Employees, and it will give you a preview. And then you want to click Load To, or click the arrow beside Load, and then select Load To. By default, it's going to put it on a separate worksheet. What you want to do is to say Existing Worksheet, which is what we have here, and then click OK. So now you have imported it. It is set up as an Excel table. I am going to close this pane. So the next thing you are asked to do is to insert a new column between net pay and LTD. So I'm going to select this column. I'm going to go to Home, and then I'm going to go to Insert and a sheet column. You are to name it Total Deductions. The one step I did skip is you are asked to name the table. Step 4. So I am going to change the table name to Employees. So I'm going to click in the table. And while you are clicked in the table, this is a very important step because if you don't do this step, that first formula that you're putting in or function that you're putting in will not work. So with the table active, I'm going to click in Table Design, and here it has Employees 3. Yours may say something different depending on how many downloads you've had. So I'm going to delete everything except the word Employees as the directions specify and press Enter. So now we are ready to, you can change the columns of D to L to accounting. So I'm just going to select all of the columns. I'm going to go to change the number format to currency. I've already inserted the column. I jumped ahead of myself. So what I need to do now is click in cell L2, which is where I am, and now you are ready to enter that formula. So when you're working on formulas and tables, it's very specific. So I'm going to type the equal and the sum. I'm going to double click sum. So now what I need to do is to start typing Employees, and you will see this little drop down. This is the table. This is why it was so important to name the table correctly. So I'm going to double click that. So now I have designated that I'm working with the Employees table. I'm going to put in a bracket and then at, and then I'm going to put in the other square bracket. And then you can see from this drop down that I just need to select Fed Tax, close the bracket, put in a colon, and then I'm going to put in another bracket, and then I'm going to select LTD by double clicking, and then if you look, I need to put 2 square closing brackets and then 1 closing parenthesis, and then I will press enter. And remember, when you see these hashtags, you have not done anything wrong. You just need to auto-fit to make it wide enough that you can see. And you can see that that formula has been created in column L. So column M just has numbers. So in the directions, you are asked to change this hard entry of the number into a formula. So I'm going to click in M2. I'm going to press enter. And then I am going to put in the square bracket, which is an indication that I want to work with one of the columns in the table. So I'm going to select gross pay, close the bracket, put in the minus, put another square bracket. Now I'm going to select total deductions. You have to scroll down for that one. And I am going to close the bracket and then press enter. I forgot my second square bracket, so Excel's smarter than I am. So you can see that I needed to include a second bracket, but it was put in for me. Because there were numbers here, Excel did not automatically fill in the formula. So then with your cursor on the cell that we just put the formula in, you get the thick plus sign, which tells you you are ready to fill. And then you would just fill down to row 11. And now you will see that that formula has been filled in. And then the last thing you're going to do is take E to K and hide those. So you would just select them, and then you can right click and hide. And it's as easy as that. I hope this helps you guys.